That's right. You guessed it. We are back. SmithSquad Podcast episode. I don't even know. I don't care. 27, 28, 29, maybe 26. I don't care. I don't know. We're back. And that's right. Bitch, you guessed it. So I got a new favorite song, and it is, if you couldn't tell, it's You Guessed It by OG Mako. Now, I've been listening to this. I've known this song for a while, and I never really liked it. The first song I ever heard, I was like, this is the worst song I have ever heard in my life. Bad. Like, what? What is this? How is this even considered a song? This is so terrible. He's just yelling, and there's this really bad piano song. And if you don't know the song, go look it up. It's just called You Guessed It by OG Mako, OG Meso. I don't know. Probably Mako. Anyways, more of the story. I started listening to it more. And after a little bit, I was like, whoa, this song is not awful. It's actually amazing. Because I am a kind of guy, I like to listen to a song and think like, oh yeah, this is skill. This guy has skill. He's talented. He's making a good song and all that stuff. And I used to really think along that lines when I was younger, when I was like 12, 13, 14, 15. I loved the older bands like AC/DC and Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd and Kiss, Aerosmith, you know, all those older bands. Those are 5 really random bands, but there's just 5 that kind of came to mind. And I really enjoyed that. And I would think like and look at the more modern music and be like, wow, there's just no skill. There's no skill. It's not good. And I kind of started to open my viewpoint of music up a little bit. So I went from liking exclusively hard rock. Actually, Pink Floyd was kind of a bad example. So was Led Zeppelin. I got into them a little bit later. But let's say like AC/DC, Aerosmith was a big one. Like Kiss. I like just those hardcore rocker kind of guys. And as I kind of progressed, I started like getting into other music. So I liked lighter stuff. I liked kind of the same genre, the same era, but I kind of expanded a little bit more and I got into it a bit. And then as I got older, I was, you know, my age, there's some songs I'd like, but I was like, oh, I really like old music. Well, I still was on the same kind of mindset that old music was better than new music. And it really took me a long time to kind of realize that I was wrong. And everybody that says that is wrong. I hate people who say, oh, this is the good kind of music. There's no such thing as a good genre of music. There's only good songs. Some songs are good, some songs are bad. Some genres have better music than others. Rock, you may say, like classic rock, you may say, oh yeah, there's so much better music from classic rock. But the problem with that stance is that with classic rock, you're only looking at the stuff that remained, the stuff that was good enough to get filtered through all the years and remains with us, like Led Zeppelin, all those classics, things like that. Whereas if you look at the modern music, a lot of it is garbage. But there's still some songs in there that are always good. And things that come to mind, a song like just a good song, like Adele, she makes great music. She's an awesome singer. She makes good music. Just random person that comes to mind. But when we get maybe 40 years down the road, we'll kind of be looking at it like, hey, you know what? I think that this music was good, and everyone's going to forget about the other music and be like, oh yeah, the classics not compared to this. The problem is we fail to remember. I mean, most people my age like the music now and they just like whatever is on the radio, which God, I could get into that forever. I hate that. But what a lot of people do is they look at music and all they hear is what they hear. And I thought I was different because I liked a different kind of music, but I was really just kind of a hipster. I was a what is it? A crypto hipster. Wasn't trying to be a hipster, but I really was. I was like a fake hipster because like I like to listen to old music. And I was like, oh, it's so much better, and modern music sucks. And that was a really, really close-minded kind of way of thinking. I would just think, yeah, this is good. New music's bad, and a lot of it's true. A lot of the new music is bad, but I had such a closed mindset. So after getting into guitar for a while, I started playing guitar with different people, learning, you know, new music and stuff, but I never really still could appreciate a lot of stuff. I really didn't like much modern stuff. And then I found house music, and it was kind of like the counterbalance to my music appreciation. House music has no soul to it, no feel, no emotion, nothing. But it's got something that the music I used to listen to didn't have, and that's energy. Now, yes, some really good songs that I like to listen to from the old days have energy, and some songs that I would like to listen to, you know, were modern had energy, but not pure energy. And that was something I was lacking in my music diet was energy. I'm just gonna go with Led Zeppelin because I really do feel like they're one of the greatest bands of all time. Let's go Led Zeppelin and Beatles because they're two good really bands, really good bands, like greatest bands of all time. If you've not listened to the Beatles or Led Zeppelin, and you've probably more likely listened to the Beatles than Led Zeppelin, so I'm gonna say listen to Led Zeppelin. If you haven't listened to either, go listen to some Beatles and Led Zeppelin, and your mind will be blown because it just feels. You feel the music. If you can really get into it and appreciate it, it's incredible, and you realize like, oh my God, these guys were gods, but. Oh, good. People are yelling outside my door. That's what I love. That's what I love when I'm recording a podcast. I love when people are talking because you guys hear, and it just disrupts the flow. So while we're getting back into the flow, I'm going to take a quick sip. Still talking. Still talking. Okay, I think we're good. Anyways, so I started listening to house music and it's just kind of that electric house music thing where it's like a drop and really hype and all that kind of stuff. I guess I kind of found that through dubstep. I found like 2 dubstep songs that I actually liked, and I really don't like dubstep, but it was like 2 good songs that I knew, and I was like, oh yeah, this is cool. So then I got into house music, and it really opened up my mind because I was like, whoa, like this is the complete opposite. There's no feel. The artist isn't putting their soul into this work, but what they are putting is energy. And it was the complete opposite of everything I had ever listened to. And my parents would be like, oh my God, your taste in music is going down, because they always looked at me like, oh, he has really good taste in music because he likes what I like and my music is better. So they had the exact same closed-minded concept that people my age do that say only my music is good. It's not true. But I kind of started getting into other music, and house music was a big one for me. And that kind of started at grade 12, grade 11. And I was like hooked on it. And I just loved house music, and I'd listen to it in the shower. I'd be like dancing in the shower, having so much fun. But the problem was that was all I listened to. So then I lost my feel from music, and all I got was energy. So it was like you're kind of dead inside, but you have a lot of energy when you listen to that. Whereas I find a lot of rock, even if it does give me energy, it gives me like a feel. There is some vibes to it, whereas house music really isn't so much like that. Anyway, I'm so sorry about those people outside. It's really awful, I know, but they're probably my friends and probably my neighbors, so it's, you just got to deal with it. Anyways, so I'm gonna take another drink while I just wait for them to stop talking. I think we're good. So yeah, got into house music. That kind of opened up my mindset. And then I found out about a band called Great Big Sea. Now, you probably don't know what Great Big Sea is unless you are from Canada or just really like folk music. But Great Big Sea is a Celtic rock group from Newfoundland, which is very, very close to where I'm from. And I'd always known about Great Big Sea, but I never really liked them. And I took a guitar class in high school, actually, and I found out about them in a big way, and I got really, really hooked on them. Now, if you look at their kind of music, going from hard rock of Led Zeppelin to house music to whatever these guys are, Great Big Sea is like, I don't even know what you would call Great Big Sea. It's just Celtic rock, but it's amazing music. It's so good. It's energy, but it's also there's like some soul to it too. It's great. It's so different and uplifting, and I freaking love Celtic music. I love Great Big Sea. Then my mom actually got me a CD for Christmas, and that was Irish folk songs. And I fell in love with it. I was like, oh my God, this is so good. Like the Irish Rover. Sorry, I can't sing. But, the Irish Rover, all those kind of songs. And there's how does that song go? The rambling bog down in the valley, yo ho, the rambling bog down in the valley, yo. And on this bog there was a hare, rare hare, rambling hare on the bug, and a bug on the leaf, and a leaf on the branch, and the branch on the twig, and the tree and the twig, and the bog down in the, that kind of deal. Just like, and and that was like another thing I found, and it was kind of like an extension from the Great Big Sea, which was the Celtic rock, kind of Irish folk song rock sort of thing. And then it was just like a never-ending tumble of where I just finding new bands. And I started realizing, I had such a closed mindset. I said, I never really thought that there was so much good music out there. I just thought what I knew was right, and that there was no other kind of thinking. It's so easy to be closed-minded if you don't to be closed-minded, the only way you're going to be closed-minded is when you don't realize the fact that you're closed-minded about something. It's not even a thought because you don't even recognize the possibility of being closed-minded. But once you accept the fact that you are closed-minded or were closed-minded, that's kind of like an open mind. You're like, yeah, because I mean, I'm thinking about this now and I'm like, I still may be not right, but that's kind of like the right mindset you want to have, is an open mindset. And I'm saying, I think I have an open mind, because if I had a closed mind, I wouldn't even acknowledge the concept of having an open, closed sort of mind, right? That makes sense. So anyways, I kept getting into more music. And now, so I would say like my three kind of favorite types of music are classic rock. Love Led Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin is still remains to be my favorite, and I maintain that they are the greatest band of all time. I've talked about that before though, so I won't get into it. House music. I just love music with energy, so I can dance, get my dance on at the clubs. And I really love this Irish Great Big Sea type music. But there's so much stuff in between there. I like psychedelic rock is awesome. I've been listening to a lot of psychedelic rock right now. Favorite song, probably apart from the song that I'm going to get into that started this whole entourage of thoughts, is it's called Castles Made of Sand by Jimi Hendrix, and it's really cool. The guitar is played backwards. It's got this really psychedelic feel, and it's just awesome. I just love music, and I got Spotify, so that's been good for helping me find new music too. Anyways, I come to university and I have three really good friends here with me. One loves rap, the next loves country, and the third isn't really too into music, but he kind of likes, I would say, probably not like, just not really super into music. He likes music, but he's not like, excuse me, I just ate supper. He's not diehard in anything. He just kind of likes your classic, like top 20s of the month, but he doesn't like bad music. If he likes a song, I'm like, yeah, dude, that's probably a good song. So, it is what it is. But like I said, two friends, one likes rap, one likes country. So as far as rap goes, I never really mentioned that, but I like rap. And that was one of my biggest things, is when I was younger, I hated it. I said, rap is awful. It has no skill to it whatsoever. And as I kind of got older again and learned through all those other songs, another thing I did kind of fall in love with was rap. Only some rap. I really liked the older stuff, like Run DMC was a big one to me. I like old school Eminem. Without Me, such a good song. Without Me is such a classic song. I love that song so much. I know that I won't say I can rap that whole song, but I do know like 95% of the lyrics to that song. But anyways, so like I said, I like some rap, but I don't like it all. I like a lot of Run DMC. I can't even think of any modern guys I really like. Eminem is probably the most modern guy. Anyway, so coming here, I had an appreciation for rap, but I didn't like a lot of rap. And I've been hanging out with my friend a lot who only listens to rap. So what do I listen to? Rap. So I've been exposed to like everybody under the moon, like Chief Keef and Big Sean and that guy that sings No Flex Zone. By the way, that's an awful song. It is a bad song. But I have been kind of opened up to a lot of like songs I wouldn't think I'd like, and it's really weird. Like, for example, first time I ever heard You Guessed It by OG Mako, I was like, this song sucks. Like, this has nothing to it. There's nothing to it. But then one night I was with my friends, and we may have indulged in some beverages of a certain variety, and we're just kind of hanging out, just chilling, like not too crazy, but we're listening to that song, and I was like, man, it took me to like a certain mindset to get that song, and it's so good. It's such a good song, and I like anyone who knows music says, oh, that song sucks, but I said, I know I like so many different genres of music. I can honestly say that there is a good quality about that song, and it's powerful. It's powerful. If you've ever listened to that song, I would love to play it, but I can't because I'll probably get copyright. But basically what it is, it's just like this piano. It's like dun 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 boom. Bitch, you guess it. And he's just yelling. He's just yelling basically. And it's like, I'm just so surrounded by all this new music. I like Bobby Shmurda. What's another song I really like? There's so many songs. What's the song by? It's a song by Chance the Rapper. I just found out like this weekend, and I freaking love it. It's like really like I Hate Everything. Like better, I think it's No Better Blues by Chance the Rapper. I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. He's just, I hate the news, I hate the hood. It's like, man, it's so good. And then what's another song I found out? I just found out this weekend by what is it? Got it. I got it on my phone. Oh, I don't fuck with you. Don't give a about you. Don't give a about anything that you do. You know that song. I try not to swear too much on the podcast. I try not to swear too much on my videos in general. But when you're going over song lyrics, it's kind of hard not to. But yeah, so that is just so weird to me. I've been opening like I have completely been converted. Now I like rap music. I don't like all rap music because there is a lot of bad rap music. And I would say there's, of all of the genres of music, probably rap has the most bad songs. Like on the scale from the ratio of good to bad songs, I would say the highest is probably, see, it's kind of hard. It's kind of like bad for me to say, but I would say there is like a classic rock. Like if you look at the greatest bands of all time, they all come from classic rock, like that kind of rockish, from the 60s to the 70s, right? There's a lot of bad rap, but there is some rap that is so good, so powerful. I mean, here's a song that I've known forever, since like probably like 6 or 7 years, but it's Dance with the Devil by Immortal Technique. I'm sure you know it. Such a good song. I mean, I've known that for, like, I really want to say since grade 7, and I'm first year university now. So that's an old school song. And like even then, like I kind of could appreciate rap, but it wasn't much. But I'm opening up my vibe. So anyways, my other friend really likes country. And country has been the only music I've never really liked. And it wasn't that I didn't like it. It was just it just didn't appeal to me. I could appreciate it as like, okay, I totally get why people like this, but I don't really like it. And I've been listening to a lot of country, and I gotta say, I guess it's grown on me. And everybody always says like, oh, I didn't like country, and then I listened to it and now I like it a lot. But a lot of songs like I still don't like, because I find like country is so generic. You know what I mean? There's so many songs like Baby Your Song and You Make Me Want to Roll My Windows Down and Cruise, and it's like I have a truck, or you like my truck, and I like drinking beer and a hot chick in jeans and drinking beer, and I like having a simple life, driving my truck and having fun with my boys, and you're hot, come driving my truck with me. Like it is so cookie cutter. That's the thing with country, is it's so cookie cutter. But when you find a song that's actually not cookie cutter, like I can't think of any ones that come to mind. See, and there's the other thing is like I really like Cash. I really like Johnny Cash. Like, I mean, you got calls like a Walk the Line, but Rusty Cage. I mean, I'm sure. Oh, you guys know Rusty Cage. It's a sick song. What's another one? Hurt. Oh, that's actually a new Johnny Cash song. It's like, I don't even know if I can say that, but there's a lot of good Cash songs. Those are just some that come to mind. What I'm saying though, there's another song I really like by Johnny Cash. I don't know, it doesn't come to mind, but is a lot of the modern stuff I had trouble. And there are some really, really good country songs out there. I can't even think of any that I really love. But what I'm saying is, I think for music, there's always going to be bad songs and there's always going to be good songs. You know what I mean? So what I'm going to say right now, I've talked about music a little bit before, but I'm going to say 3 songs I want you to listen to. Because I remember last time I did this, I was like 3 really good classic rock songs. I'm going to say 3 different songs. Actually, let's go. Yeah, 3 different songs. Okay. I want you to, if you're listening to it now or you're going to listen to it later, I want you to listen to You Guessed It by OG Mako. You're going to listen to that. You're going to listen to Immortal by Dubs by DVBBS. Okay, you're writing this down. So You Guessed It by OG Mako, Immortal by DVBBS or Dubs, and let's go with a third one. We're gonna go really far out here, and this is like our Oprah book reading of the week kind of deal. What are we gonna go with? Well, I'm going to go on my phone, and whatever I see that's an appealing song that I want you to listen to, we're going to get, okay? So, going into music. I got one. Avicii, Long Road to Hell. There's 3 really different songs. Go listen to them, okay? OG Mako, OG Mako, You Guessed It. Dubs, Immortal, or DVBBS, Immortal. and Avicii, Long Road to Hell. Not a very popular known song by Avicii. I mean, it's popular because it's Avicii, but it's not as popular as like Wake Me Up or Levels, we'll say. So go listen to those 3 songs. If you want to listen to it as you're listening to the podcast, go for it. If you want to listen to it afterwards, good. That was a long old little bit about music, but I think that was necessary. I think that needed to be said. I certainly am glad I got that off my chest. So, oh, look at me, guys. I got a Tinder match. Oh, Jake's texted me. All right, well, here's a shout out to Jake. Okay, so ready? I'm going to text him back. He says, I'm going to go play some Shell until 7 if you'd like to come over. Podcast, but I'm just going to say podcast. It's podcast, sorry. It's not a sentence at all. Podcast, sorry. Anyways, I won't check my Tinder message, guys. I won't be on my Tinder game. Actually, let's talk about girls. Okay, girls. What are girls? Like, what even are girls? I shouldn't say I recently broke up, but I broke up like over a month ago, maybe. That's fine to say on my channel. I'm sure she won't care if I say that. I'm sure you guys know her. Probably a lot of you know her. She's been on my channel. But she, we broke up, so whatever. I'm not going to get into it. But I've kind of been in some situations with a couple girls lately. Like I waited a while before we after we broke up to even like think about getting with girls or talking to girls. I was like, I don't care. I'm just being with my bros. Screw girls, whatever. But now I'm kind of back in the game, and I've had first situation. It's like really into this girl for like a day. It was like I don't want to talk about it, but I'll just say like it was like this like kind of, it's like an all day drinking event at my school, and like there was this girl. I was like, oh, this is cool, like, we're flirting and stuff. She has a boyfriend. I'm like, why would you flirt with me if you have a boyfriend? Like, I'm just not interested. If you like, that's not cool. That's not cool to your boyfriend. That's not cool to me. That's just very, very immoral, and I don't like you for that. So I don't like you anymore. Then the other night, I had like a big old situation with the girl. And she ended up like having a boyfriend. I was like, really? Like why would you do that? Like what? And then it's just like, man, like girls are they're too much on your head. Girls are too much on your head. Just can't live with them. Can't live without them. Sometimes I really just wish I was gay. I really think that would be the easiest solution. But see, here's my thing: is I don't want to actually be gay because I want to like girls. Like see, it's so hard. It's like it's so biased to say this, but like I think girls look better than guys. Does that make sense? Like if I had to look at both genders. Like, I can look at a dude and, like, he's jacked, and I can so appreciate that and be jealous of that. Like, man, I wish I was jacked like him. But there's just, like, something about, like, a girl that's, that's, like a perfect, like, 10 body, right? It's just, like, so, there's just something so good about that. And it's so biased of me to say that because I'm sure a girl or a gay guy would say, oh, there's something so good about a guy. But, like, I guess I could... I don't know, maybe no, but like just like I'm trying to be objective. Okay, if you want to get real objective, this is coming from a straight guy, so this can't be objective, but as objective as I can, I would say girls look better than guys because guys don't get dressed up. It's a lot easier for a girl to look good. You know what I mean? Like a girl just has to be skinny and she's halfway there, whereas a guy has to not be fat and be jacked at the same time. Whereas a girl doesn't have to be jacked. Like if you have good genetics, you just get a nice bum. Like you don't have to do anything for that. You just get it. You don't need all boobs are is just genetics, right? Whereas a guy, if he wants anything, he's got to do something. I mean, he might be a farmer and he just gets it not genetically, but just through working his whole life on the farm. But excuse me. But the thing with girls is really a lot of it you can just kind of grow on your own. So that's really easy in and out of itself. The one thing I do got to say, objectively looking at here, I'm not trying to sound gay. Like, look, you want to call me gay, go for it. I really don't care because I'm not gay. I'm just looking at this objectively. One thing guys do have going for themselves is that they don't have to like dress up, right? You know what I mean? Like guys don't have to. God, this what we need here is someone who's 50-50 bisexual to answer this question. But I'm saying like a girl has to get her makeup all done, and there's like such high standards. See, I feel like if there's no such thing as like porn and like sex appeal in the media and like expectations for girls. Like if the expectations for girls are the exact same thing as guys, I feel like it'd be more fair, because girls have to use like makeup and stuff, and then you see them without makeup and it's like, oh, you don't look as good. But if I'd never seen you with makeup in the first place, you'd be really attractive still. Like it just creates like a false perception. Like I don't like fake boobs, because those, like, and the fake boobs don't even look good. Like real boobs are better. I can't say that. I've never touched a fake boob before. I don't think I want to. They look hard and gross. But what I'm saying is, like, girls got all these like stuff they gotta deal with. Whereas the thing with the guy is, like, a guy is kind of like au naturel. Do you know what I mean? Like, and when I see a girl who isn't wearing makeup and she's just kind of like chilling in her Lulus with like a shirt on, it's like, and she's really attractive, like that's really attractive to me, because it's like, you don't have to dress up to look nice. And I wish more girls wouldn't wear makeup. I truthfully would. If no girls wore makeup, I would be happy, because it's just a waste of money. It's a waste of time for you. And I know like a lot of girls say like, I like putting makeup on. I don't do it all the time, but when I do, it's fun, and like I feel like I'm getting myself done up and looking nice. And I get that. Like I get that. Like I like to put gel in my hair. And I get that. But maybe like. Well, girls don't wear makeup every day, especially not in university. But like, I don't know. There's just something about like that fakeness that I feel like guys might have going for them, because they just, guys just do them, right? Like they might dress nice or whatever, but they're not like putting makeup on and getting like fake tits and getting their hair dyed and all that kind of stuff, right? They're just kind of doing them. So that's kind of a thing I would say guys probably have going for them, is they're not all faked up. But like, I don't know. I think there's something that's just, see, it's really hard for me to say that, because like I'm straight, I like girls. There's something like about the girl that's just like, it's just the booty. That's what it is. That's what a booty. Okay, I will say this. Absolutely, girls' bums are nicer than guys. From an objective standpoint. I'm not just saying this because I'm a guy, but no, I don't care. You can't even argue that. Girls' boobs are nicer because, okay, think about this. How many guys do you say no? How many guys do you know like boobs? All of them. Even the gay guys, they like boobs. If they say they don't, they're just jealous that they don't get to touch boobs, okay? How many girls do you know say they like boobs? Quite a few of them, right? Not all of them, but a lot of girls say like, oh yeah, I like boobs. I like feeling my boobs, right? So that's an automatic win for boobs right there. That's something the girls got going on. What about ass? I really think like a guy's ass, like, it's weird. It's weird. Like it's just all. But then again, girls say they like a guy's butt, so I can't argue that. I definitely got boobs taken care of. So we're kind of like 1-1. We straight dude tries to determine objectively which sex is more attractive. Yeah, this is going well. How did I even get into this? The girls are weird. Oh, right, because I was saying I wish I was gay, but see, here's what I wish. I wish girls. I wish I could find a girl that had a guy's mind, but was still a girl. Oh, damn, that's really hard. Because like I said, like I wish like being gay would be so easy, but like gay dudes. Yay. Oh man, I just think I just blew my own mind. Damn. How do I resort back to this and explain myself? Okay. Girls are crazy. Do we get that? Girls are crazy. If you ever seen the Hot Crazy Matrix, no girl is below a 4 crazy. If she is, she's a dude. So all girls are at least 4 crazy. Guys are not crazy. Guys really aren't crazy. There's some guys are crazy. Like guys on the scale from crazy are kind of like a guys are anywhere from like a 1 to a 5, like really, or maybe like a 1 to a 7. I'd say, yeah, 1 to 7. No guy is gonna like. Actually, that's a lot. There are some guys out there that are crazy, but damn, it's really far in between. But you've heard of girls that just like I know I have a friend, and a girl like they used to date, and like she like stalks them still. It's like what? Why? Who cares? So what I'm trying to say is girls are definitely crazy, and it messes with my head. Girls mess with my head a lot. I don't have any guy friends that mess with my head, nor do I have any guy friends that I think are crazy. So what I'm saying is we need to make a hybrid, okay? We need to make a hybrid. And see, girls have this hybrid. It's called a gay guy, right? They want to have a guy who's a friend, but they want them to be like a girl. And a gay guy might be a little bit more feminine. I know it's a stereotype, but it's pretty accurate. I have a stereotype. Like they're just genuinely more feminine. I think it's like biological. Like there's just more estrogen in your body. I'm pretty sure that is a biological thing. So I'm not just stereotyping, right? So girls have a guy who's like a girl, right? But guys don't have a girl that's like a guy. Like a lesbian is like, nah, like guys find that weird. It's like, yeah, I don't want you to beat me up, right? So I mean, you could find a girl that's like really cool and is like a dude. She's still a girl and she's still got that crazy factor. So what we need is a hybrid of a guy that looks like a girl but is a girl, because you don't want to date a girl. If like you could just took the mind of a guy and put it into a girl, like I wouldn't want to date that, because then it's like it's a dude, right? Like, damn, I just don't think you can win that situation, because like it can't be a straight up guy in that girl's body, because then you're kind of banging a dude, right? Then they probably wouldn't be up for that either. But if it's a girl that's just really cool, she's still a girl and she's still crazy, at least a little bit. So really, when you break it down, I think there's no win. Maybe I'll just become a Pokemon trainer or something. That sounds like a good life. Damn. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is girls they're just too much, man. They're just too much. And I think honestly, I think it's impossible to have a girlfriend in university. I don't think I'm even going to try, unless like I find a unicorn, then maybe. Unicorn, if you know what that is like the perfect girl basically, who's like a 4 to 5 crazy, 8 to 10 hot. If I find that, then yeah, maybe. Yeah, but you know, I just can't see a relationship working out in university, because it's just like, damn, god damn. Talked to Dave with this a whole bunch. He's told me. Excuse me. I should probably have Dave on again. We should talk about that. But oh man, meal hall. We kind of had to talk about this. It was just like it's like impossible to have a relationship in university, and by all the girls I've met so far that have boyfriends, I would say yeah, because I like, you know, your relationship's probably not doing well if you're flirting with me, doing things with me. This podcast just went really weird. Okay, we're gonna get back on track here. All right. Oh, I forgot to do this at the start of the podcast again. I'm so mad at myself right now. Okay, I'm probably gonna have to edit it in, but hopefully I edit it in. But if I don't, guys, what I want you to do is go. I wasn't sure if that'd be a long pause or not. What I want you to do is go tweet at Gamma Labs. Okay, at Gamma Labs are the people who make G Fuel, and tell them to sponsor at TheSmithPlays. Okay, so go tweet. I'll have a link down in my description saying, you know, whatever, and say go sponsor at TheSmithPlays. All right, can we do that? Can you guys do that for me? I want a sponsorship so badly. Okay, I have 150,000 subscribers. Okay, do you want to look this up? Do you want to look this number up right now? Because I will look this number up right now for you, ladies and gentlemen. 151,000 people are subscribed to me, and I don't have a freaking sponsorship. I know people who have like 40,000 subscribers who are sponsored. Why can't I get a sponsorship? Is it because of this podcast? Because this podcast is just so ridiculous where we compare guys to girls? Objectively, I don't know. But this podcast is ridiculous. Maybe that's it. But I don't know. Who cares? You guys are loyal stuff, and like I'm not gonna be promoting something I don't like, because if I did, I would just go like to whoever and just say like, hey, sponsor me. But I want to get sponsored by Gamma Labs, by G Fuel, because I don't know if you didn't know, but they make the best product of all time, and that is G Fuel. So what G Fuel is, look, we're giving them a free shout out in this video. Say like go sponsor at TheSmithPlays. He loves your product, because what G Fuel is it's an energy formula. So it's like a pre-workout, right? You get your powder, you put it into water, you shake it up, you drink it, you get energy. But what most energy jack you through the roof, and then you go to the gym and you do your stuff, and then you crash and you feel like death for the next couple hours. Actually, quick story. I had this stuff called One More Rep once. It was the original formula for it. If you've had one more rep recently, they had to change it because it was too hardcore. But the original formula for One More Rep was insane. It was insanity. So I took it, I went to the gym, and I had probably one of the best workouts of my life. I biked like 5 miles in like 20 minutes. It was stupid. And I don't even know if that's a lot, but that was just like two random numbers. But what I'm trying to say is I biked a lot. And then I did like an entire total body workout. I was there for like 2 hours. This was me in like grade 10. So this was probably 3 years ago. Anyways, I just going. I was like, oh, I'm so tired, but I still have so much energy. So I was like, no, I got to go home. I go home, and I remember just sitting on my couch playing Call of Duty and sitting there like, I'm going to have a heart attack. My charts just feel my heart going through my chest. This is like my heartbeat right now. That's it. It's like a regular, just going insane. Probably not a regular. That's a little bit of an exaggeration. That would be bad. But it's going very fast, and I'm like sweating, and I'm emotional. I was emotional. I was like an emotional wreck. I don't know what they put in that stuff, but it made me crazy. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is G Fuel is not like that. G Fuel is great stuff that really doesn't do that at all. It's like, okay, so like you got coffee, you got everything, but you got these pre-workouts. If you know what pre-workout is, you take it before you go to the gym. It gives you a whole bunch of energy, it gives you a boost, that kind of thing, right? And like I said, you go up and then you go down. Usually there's a crash. Some are good, they don't have a crash, but most do. But what G Fuel is more of a mental boost, I say. It doesn't make me want to go work out. It doesn't make me do anything like that. But what it does is it gives me just a nice little boost to do anything. So what I describe is, God, we're doing another one of these charts, but just like imagine like your tiredness level, okay? And it's from -10 to 10. So -10 like would be you asleep. 0 is like normal, and 10 is like you amped all the way up, right? So 0 is kind of like I'm probably a 0 right now. I might be I'm a little tired actually, to be honest, but I'd say I'm about a 1. I'm saying I'm a little bit above average. Anyways, if you're like a -5 and you take G Fuel, you will be way back up to a 1. You'll be at least my energy. See, I feel tired, but I'm like so energetic when I do this podcast. I just don't care. But when you take it, it'll take you from a -5 up to a 1, let's say. But if you're at a 1, it's not going to take you up to a 7, right? It's not going to take you up. It might take you up like 1 notch. It might take you from a 1 to a 2, but it's not going to take you from a 1 to a 7. Whereas a pre-workout would take you from a -5 to a 5, or it would take you from a 1 to a 10, right? You know what I mean? Or maybe even more. It would take you like from a -5 to like an 8, or like from a 0 to a 9, like something like that. You know what I mean? Just through the roof, crazy. What this stuff does though, it takes you out of being tired and gives you a little bit of a boost. So if you're tired, you take that, you're good for an hour or two. Here's the thing that's so great about it. There's no crash whatsoever. No crash whatsoever. You take it, and as long as you've had caffeine before in your life, like, you take it like maybe once a month at least, you'll be good. No crash. Trust me, I can't drink a full cup of coffee or I feel like I'm dying. I will take a cup of coffee and I will feel like I am on speed for the next hour, and then I get nauseous and I feel like I am going into a withdrawal basically I'll feel bad the rest of the day. I don't know what it is, but I mean, if you guys have been listening to the podcast for a while, you remember this summer, I would always like be like, oh, I got my coffee. And it was just like, I feel like dick, bro. I feel like dick. That's kind of what it is. I don't know why, but G Fuel doesn't do that to me. It gets me in a great mental moment to record. I do it a lot most of the time. If I'm going to record a live comm, I'll take some. If I'm tired, I just woke up and I got to do the podcast, I'll do it. If I just woke up and I want to go to the gym, that's good because it takes you from being like just waking up tired up to kind of normal, right? So in that sense, man, it's so good. And that's what I love about it. No crash. It's cheap. You get it for like $40 with shipping, and you get like 44 servings. Like, I've had mine since the start of the summer and I'm not even through it yet. Plus I got to buy one, get one free. So I have a whole bunch more left. It is such a great product, and all I want to do is be sponsored by them so I can do what I'm doing right now in all of my videos. Plus I want to get free stuff from them, maybe a little bit of money if they're cool with that. But really, they just sent me free stuff. I'd be happy with that. I'd be happy with that. I Twitter them. All right, I Twitter them. What am I, a 50-year-old adult? I tweet them. I sign up for their sponsorship application and nothing. They don't give me anything. But it's like, guys, please sponsor me. Only two companies I really want to be sponsored by are Gamma Labs, G Fuel, Gamma Labs / G Fuel is what I mean there, or Control Freak. FPS Freak. I got FPS Freak. I only have one because I broke my other one, and I could really use another one. So like, if I would give them like a shout out on a video, if they just send me a free pair, although that'd be really stupid business management, because that'd be like 20,000 views for $10, which is amazing. That would be like the best business deal for them of all time. And they'd have to be really stupid not to take that out. So actually, I'd say like, give me 10. Give me 10. Give me a set for all my controllers. And I have one, two. Okay, give me 10. Yeah, give me 10. Give me 5 packs, because I have 10. I have 5 controllers. Got 3 PlayStation controllers, PlayStation 4 controller, and an Xbox controller. So send me them for all of them, and we will have a deal, mister. But otherwise, I don't know. Anyways, I just want to get sponsored by somebody, and G Fuel is my favorite product ever, and it really like their market is my market. Well, I call you guys a market, right? But really, I mean, this is a bit. I have to look at YouTube like a business, and you really do. I try not to, because I find it hurts the creative thing, if that makes sense. But I got to look at it a little bit businessy. Like, I try to look at YouTube 80-20, right? I'm big enough now that like, look, I got to look at this like it is a business thing. I got to make smart things, but the content is the most important thing. And if you get away from that, if you're ever in a situation, I didn't realize this. I was listening to Joe Rogan. It's like, man, that's really true. I listened to this not too long ago. I was talking, just kind of listening about how there's two kinds of people. There's business minds and there's creative minds. And you can't have both. You can either make a product, you can make something for the business aspect of it, or you can make a creation from the creativity aspect of it. Example, I'm going to say example, Eminem the rapper. So if you look at his older music, it's his creative, it's his raw, just what he wanted to make, and everything is good. And people really like that. They really liked his creative thing, but the people who liked it loved it. If you look at his new music, like Love the Way You Lie, Rap God, that, I think Rap God's really new, isn't it? I know Love the Way You Lie is really new. It's like with Rihanna, like that did so well. And I don't know if it did as good. I feel like it did better, but I can't really tell because I wasn't really around the time. Actually, let's Google that. Love the Way You Lie. Wikipedia. It's a song recorded by Eminem. What do we do? Awards. Not Afraid. Yeah, like. I'm looking for like composition, recent response. Charts. Here we go. It was one on a lot of stuff. Here. Why don't I just go to Eminem? Okay, I want to figure this out. This is a long way to do this, but personal life. Let's see, influence, tours, discovery, film, awards and nominations. 13 Grammy Awards, praised for having verbal energy, high quality lyrics. Has been ranked number 9 on MTV list, greatest MCs of all time. It says number 13 on MTV's greatest voices of music, and 82 on Rolling Stone's Immortals. Real Slim Shady, one of the songs from his Grammy match to the Slim, the Grammy Awards. I want to say like how well the songs did. Anyways, like I feel like what I'm trying to say is like I feel like the general media really liked that song, "Love the Way You Lie" and "Not Afraid." I'm not afraid to take a stand. But what I'm trying to say is I feel like that song was made not from a creative mind, but more of a business mind. He went maybe not like 100%, but what I'm saying is like that song is so like not Eminem. It's so like popularized. And I'm not saying like, oh, he just was going for another angle, because I know a lot of people who did something like that. But what it is it's just something really not powerful, not moving. And you get that when you try to go from a creative standpoint to a business standpoint. So you look at it like, oh, I want to sell records, or for me, like, oh, I want to get views, instead of like, oh, I want to put out the best content possible, and if it's good, it's good. And for me, like, you can't be like 100% creative. Well, you can, but it's really stupid. So like for me, an example, like if I just wanted to put out the content that I like to put out, that wouldn't go well on my channel, because honestly, if I was gonna put out like if it was like, all right, Patrick, put out anything other than zombies, because you do zombies every week, you got a week and you'll get 100,000 views on every single video, I'd play like Pokemon or something stupid like that, right? So that's not that, but you got to do things you enjoy to make. And in the summertime, I loved doing the top fives. I really had a fun time doing them, and it's kind of running dry in the top fives. Like there's not really this gameplay's over, isn't it? Yeah, the gameplay is over. I'm sorry. Just gonna go into that top 5 gameplay. What do you want? Let's go, Reese. Here. It is what it is, right? There you go. Whatever you get is whatever you get. Hope it's good. Okay, cool. So, oh my God, why do you keep on? Okay, you're good, Patrick. You're good. Okay. I am recording still. Just gotta check I'm still recording. Okay. Yeah, we are good. So with the YouTube thing, I gotta, like, the top 5 is like really running out, I think. And I enjoy making top 5s. It's one of the things I really like to do. But, you know, it's obviously, there is like a business sense there. Like anyone who knows my channel obviously knows that those do way better than other things on my channel. So I kind of have to still continue to do that. So there is a business side to YouTube, and I can't ignore that as a content producer, or my channel just won't do well, right? My channel will just simply not do well. If I don't, like, for example, Advanced Warfare. There are some kids on this channel. I gotta say, like, I hate complaining about subscribers, and I never do this, but I'm just gonna say this once, is like, the most annoying thing is people who say like I uploaded one Advanced Warfare video, and I saw this one kid of 151,000, so it's not a big deal, right? It's not a big deal, but this is just one that stood out to me. I uploaded one Advanced Warfare video. This kid says, Patrick, if you upload any more Advanced Warfare videos, or no, he didn't even say Patrick. It was like, because like, a lot of guys like call me Patrick, and I like that, because I like to kind of keep it personal. Like, I don't like to look at this like, oh, I'm gonna have to subscribe from this channel. But what this guy said was, please stop uploading Advanced Warfare, or I'm gonna have to unsubscribe from this channel. And that was like a really business way he said it, and he doesn't know it, but like, you look at a business and you almost look at it like a chat, like you look at a channel, you almost look at it like a business, like an entertainment source. Whereas I try to keep it really personal with you guys, and that's why I have the podcast, because this is my one day a week where I get to just express myself in the way I want to, which is just straight up talking. And a lot of people probably don't realize that, and they just think, oh, you know, it's just the podcast, whatever. But why I have the podcast is 6 days of the week I'm putting out entertainment, right? I'm putting out entertainment, and it's something I like to do, and I enjoy it. But there is kind of like I am kind of on like a strictish schedule. Like, I gotta post zombies. It has to be something that you guys are kind of expecting, that you want to see. And I can try to branch out if I want to, but at this current moment, I don't want to expand my channel. I want to stay on the zombies, because that's what's doing well for me. And I really don't think that there's anything like there's 150. I have 151,000 subscribers. 145,000 people are here strictly for zombies, and the other 6,000 are, I mean, who, God knows what, right? But what I'm trying to say is that, how do I say it? I need to have my personal output, my personal touch on my channel. You know what I mean? Because if I don't have that, it becomes almost a business if I'm only uploading things that you guys want to see. And it's not like I don't like putting out. It's this big struggle that, oh, I gotta put out this, and all my subscribers want from me. Because yeah, why you subscribe for me for zombies? Why would I put out anything else? I mean, Advanced Warfare was a week, and you know, I had to switch things up. But obviously, I gotta post what the viewers want, and the viewers want zombies on my channel. But I needed this kind of once a week sort of personal touch to my channel, because I know a lot of channels that don't have a personal touch, and it wouldn't be fun, right? And I say like, hey guys, what's going on? It's Patrick here. I say Patrick. It's not TheSmithPlays. It's not some awesome YouTuber. It is literally me being me. And yes, I'm more energetic. I'm more exaggerated. But this the guy you get on here is pretty much me. Now, I mean, no, it's not 100% me, because you don't get to see all my flaws and all my crappy things about me and my worry as a human being and how I feel about this and my sadness about some girl and getting a bad mark in my class. And you don't get to see that. But what you do see is the happy version of me. And I'm not trying to say like, oh, I'm this awful, sad guy, but I'm a human and I'm not happy all the time. But what you do see is me being happy almost 100% of the time. But with the podcast, like I said, it's this kind of break from me being an entertainer almost, or me putting out, it's kind of almost like the network gives me once a week to post whatever I want to post. Does that kind of make sense? But like, I am the network and I'm controlling the channel. But it's like, I get one day a week to just be totally creative and do whatever I want to do. And I didn't want to like have like just some like random thing, because that'd be really hard to fill if I just, you know what I mean? So I was like, all right, well, let's start a podcast. And that was kind of like my touch. It used to be hater blockers. If you guys, I mean, like, I know I've talked about hater blockers a lot, but a lot of people say like, oh, where's hater blockers? Will hater blockers ever return? I should probably address that at the start of a podcast someday. But actually, maybe, you know what? I mean, it's here. I'll probably just put it in the title, say, will hater blockers return? So people are going to watch this entire thing like, oh my God, when's he going to talk about hater blockers? Which I'm sorry, but I just kind of came here. Hater blockers used to be my once a week entertainment, or my once a week, personal touch kind of video, right? So it was something I really enjoy doing. And it was like I get to, add this personal touch and just be me and just have fun with it. And just this really like creative, personal, it wasn't personal, but a really creative video. Does that make sense? I guess that's a better way to describe the podcast. It's like personal touch to channel, and it's my creative day. It's where I just get to do what I want and just talk. And it gets hard to do that every week and come up with like a new idea. Like today I'm going to talk about this, or today I'm going to do this concept. So it used to kind of be hater blockers. Like I just have a schedule. It was like Tuesday, which is when I uploaded hater blockers. That's this. And then hater blockers kind of got old, kind of got bored with it. And really there was just only so many things you could do. And I just kind of had to stop it. I mean, I'll occasionally do it. I might do it once again, or, if I feel like it, but it's just something I kind of had to stop doing and focus on another thing. But then I was like, oh, well, this is no fun. I don't have any days where I get to like just be creative and have fun with it. And I really was into podcasts. So I said, okay, well, let's try this podcast. And that's how it kind of did. I can't have two creative days. I can't have a SmithSquad podcast and a hater blockers, because I got to put out zombies content for you guys. And I don't really want to do hater blockers anymore. I know everybody always asks for hater blockers. It's the most requested thing on my channel, apart from specific top fives. But I just can't do it. I've done like let me look. I'll look this up right now if you guys want. It's a lot of episodes. Not as many episodes of the podcast, but I have it way down here because I don't. Okay, 21, right? 21. Wow, if you look at these, like they have so many views now because people go back through this playlist and like, oh my, wow, like 3,500, 3,000, 2,000, 2,000. Like that's crazy, because when I uploaded them, they got no more than 500 views, right? So people have gone back and been like, wow, I really like this series. And it was a good series and it was fun, but it's just not something I'm going to enjoy putting out. And I might, like I said, I might do it once or twice again just for the heck of it. But be like if I was a real smart business dude, what I do is I do an episode of the podcast, or I do the SmithSquad, or not SmithSquad podcast, hater blockers, and I'd have a sponsorship at the start of it. That would be a really smart thing to do, but I'm not going to do that, right? Or who knows, I might. Anyways, what I'm saying is hater blockers probably won't return. That's a lie. I have no intentions of doing it anytime soon, but there may be someday when I'm just like, you know what? I don't have a video for today. Let's do an episode of hater blockers. That'd be fun. And I'd have to do it when I'm at home because I get really, really loud when I record that thing. So I wouldn't want to be in a environment like at school here where I got to be quiet. You know what I'm saying? So special video. This is a video recorded. It's coming up. So here we go. We don't have much more time, but I just want to give you something. Basically, hater blockers probably don't look for hater blockers is what I'm going to say. Don't expect it. If you happen to see it some random day in 6 months on my channel, then good. but I wouldn't go looking for it or expect it, because now we do the podcast, and the podcast is so much fun. So many people enjoy the podcast, and I have so much fun doing the podcast and just talking and just getting on here and just rambling about the innards of my mind. It's great. It's great. And look at this. We started off here. Let's go back to SmithSquad Podcast episode 1. How many views does this have? 3,000. Okay, so that's actually a lot. Here, I'm gonna say, what's with the sponsors? 1,500. Okay, that's more than I expected to. Let's go let's go this one. Okay, they all have a little bit over 1,500. Man, I remember recording 8 so well. I don't know why 8 stands out in my mind, but was that the last time Adam was on? Was it 8? Oh my God, was that really the last time Adam was on the podcast? 8? Because that was such a good episode. Okay, 2 Pro Few Games, Aiden Roy, Eddie the Chump. Eddie the Chump, really? Damn, that seems so short. We had Mr. Off Waffles, we had Dave. 2-year anniversary on YouTube. Epic Poop Story. That was my first one I recorded at school, so that was 20. Advanced Warfare. See, that didn't seem long ago at all, and that was like 6 weeks ago. What the heck? Oh my God, do I play with subs and others? Super chill episode. I remember that. That was wow, that was like a month ago. Patrick still hasn't found a guest. The Schwantz and thoughts on alcohol. Damn. Okay, I gotta get Adam on next week. Go tweet at Adam and tell him that I want him on the podcast next week. All right, go tweet it at 2 Pro Few Games. Okay, Adam, take a pad. But yeah. So I don't know where I was going with anything. I'm gonna finish with a story. For all you lovely souls out there. It's a little quick story, but I promised. Oh, there was something so cool I wanted to talk about. I'm not gonna be able to talk about it. I don't have enough time. So cool. Okay, here I gotta tell both because they're that good. So, thing number 1, there's a really loud ringing noise in my economics class the other day, and everybody, I walked by and I was like, oh, that's really harsh in my ears, because it was right by the door, right when you walk in. So what was happening is me and my buddy were there really early, and we were looking at every person who walked in, and every single person, what they would do every single time they would walk in, they would flinch, ooh, and then they'd look to the side, and then they would walk on. And the next person would walk in, they go, ooh, and they look at whether they walk on. And then there'd be like the random 2 people that I don't know if they're just stoned or what, and they walk straight by, wouldn't even notice. But like probably like 98% of the people, and it's like a 100-person class, so 98 people will walk in, go, ooh, what's that? And just walk on. It was really funny. And my buddy wanted me to tell that story. It would have been way better if I had more time, but I don't have more time. So that's basically the bulk of it. That was an awful way to tell a story, but that was that. Story number 2, today in my natural disasters class, we had a guest lecturer today, and he was talking about the Man Gulch fire, okay? The Man Gulch fire, and it was in Missouri, I want to say, or Mississippi, or Michigan, or Idaho, or somewheres in the States. And basically what it was is there were these 14 firefighters that dropped down, and it was a forest fire. They dropped down on the fire, and they hiked up because they were going to go put it out. But what happened is the wind blew a stick down the mountain, and down way down below them, what happened was it caught fire below them. So there's a fire above them on the slope, and the wind's going up, right? So the fire's going up. So the fire above them isn't going to get them, but then there's a fire that starts below them. And with that, what they now have to do is they have to go, not what they have to do. What's going to happen is the fire that just started below them is going to come up, and it comes up. And what these men do is they have to run, right? Because the fire's coming after them. They cover 400 meters of 30% gradient slope. If you know what that is ridiculous, in 2.5 minutes. They run so fast that at that time, it would have beaten the Olympic record for sprinting had it been on an actual track. So they were faster than the fastest person anybody had ever ran in recorded history up this slope, okay? So they run fast, man. They run fast, all right? Up slope, 400 meters. That's a lot. And it's rugged terrain. So the fire's coming at them faster, right? And they can't really do anything about them. The fire's coming at them. The fire's coming at them. So they're getting caught. And the leader of this group, this is what he does. He's a really smart dog. He's a really smart cat. So what he does, he sees it coming. He's like, there's no way I can get out of this. So what he does, he lights his own fire, okay? So he lights the fire, and it starts going up the mountain. And it starts spreading out and going up the mountain. And it creates this patch of area around him because it's all like grass. It's not like trees or anything like crazy like that. But what it is, it's like a lot of grass and kind of like just sort of like low vegetation. So it burns it all. And it creates this pocket. And what the fire does is, what he does, he hides in the middle of the pocket, the middle of this burnt out area. And the fire comes up, and there's no vegetation to burn because the fire's already burnt it. So it goes around him. And he hides his face, he shields himself, and he lives. And he was the one of 3 to live. The other 2 made it over the side of the mountain, and they went into like a bunch of rocks where obviously the fire couldn't get to them. But he was the only one that didn't make it over the cliff. But what he did is he burnt all the vegetation around him so that the fire didn't have any fuel to burn, and it actually went all the way around him. And he got burnt, but he lived. And I heard that in my natural disasters class. I thought that was badass, and I wanted to share that with you guys. That's just such a badass, cool, smart thing to do. Anyway, so number 1 point, they ran faster. They ran super fast up a hill. And number 2, like, if you're ever in a forest fire, start your own fire, let it burn up all the fuel, and then the fire won't get you. I thought that was incredible. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching this podcast. That was SmithSquad Podcast episode number... awkward moment. Episode number 28. Thank you. I love you. Good day. Go tweet at GameLabs. Tell them to sponsor me. I am going now. Okay.